Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Cinnamon Stitches. I'm your yarn host Jennifer, and today I actually have my computer open and ready to go with information that I need because I got an order from Premier Yarns. Now this is new yarn and an older yarn in new colors. Now, I am so excited. I'm so excited about this yarn. Again, one of you lovelies have told me about these new cakes. This is why I love my Facebook group, okay? I work very hard to keep the content on this channel fresh and new and be up to date on my favorite yarn company, Premier Yarns, but it is impossible with having a life outside of this channel to keep up on everything all the time. And you guys have been just on top of things, letting me know when new yarn is coming out, letting me know if you would like me to show something, and just keeping me in the loop, and I really appreciate that. So in my Facebook group, we show what we're working on, we support each other, we answer questions about maybe patterns or any of that kind of stuff. We just talk about yarny stuff, we discuss sales, we discuss all the coolest things. And you guys, I could not do this without you. So it is fantastic. Like I said, Premier has a new yarn. It is Premier Anti-Pilling DK Colors Batik. Now the DK Colors has been around for a while. I showed you guys last week in a video the Batik, or not the Batik, the DK Colors cakes themselves have new colors out that I have ordered, and they're very pretty. And it is a very nice 3-weight yarn, it's very soft. But this is the DK Colors Batik. I'm not really sure what the difference is between the Batik and the regular DK Colors, except for the way that the color is. Whereas the DK Colors is more like stripes, like staunch stripes, and the new Batik is more like a fade or a watercolor type deal. And yeah, it says it gives you beautiful stripes and a batik print as you knit and crochet with perfectly coordinated colors in every ball to produce an eye-catching result. And it is anti-pilling acrylic, which we love because it's like new, wash after wash. It doesn't pill up and get all that grossness. So both of these yarns that I ordered today are, let me double check, a lightweight number 3 or a DK weight. I love DK weight. It is probably my favorite just because, now, I don't like the DK weight takes longer to work up, but, apologize for that, I was loud. Premier Yarns bags everything, so we got it in our mailer, which is a heavy duty plastic vinyl mailer with the Premier Yarns tape, which my mail lady has become quite familiar with. I let her know some time ago, like, if you see that red tape, it's mine. Like, it's mine. And I told her what I do. I told her about our job here on the YouTube channel, so she knows it's got that beautiful red tape. Chances are it's mine. And then on top of that, they bag it in plastic bags most of the time inside the mailer. So I really like that about Premier Yarns. I know that it creates extra waste. I do realize that. But I have had yarn packaged the wrong way. And when I went into the package, like, the yarn is damaged. Or this just gives it an extra little safety measure. I'm going to show you the bloom first. We have seen bloom on this channel a lot when it first came out, because I became, like, super, super obsessed with the bloom. Because it's so pretty. It's so pretty. And it's soft. I will link some videos below if you don't know what the bloom is, if you've not heard of the bloom. This is the bloom. This is my Dahlia top. This is my Dahlia crop top tutorial that is here on YouTube. And this is made with bloom chunky, which they make it the same colorway in this one. Okay, we'll talk about that in a minute. This is the DK weight version of the bloom, and as you see when you crochet, it gives you like this cool color patterning effect, and when you knit, it looks more like flowers bordered by colors. It is a beautiful, beautiful yarn, knit and crochet. I have done both, and if you want to get this type of effect in your crochet, and I have showed this on the channel, I will link that video below, because we did the Elena wrap, which is a pattern that is free on Premier's website, with bloom yarn, and you can still get this effect if you use single crochets. It turns out just as beautiful. in single crochets. I'm just going to say that. This is a new colorway. They have, just let me double check. They have a couple of new colorways, and I only ordered 2 because I have every color of this with the exception of the new colors. It says they have 13 colors now. I think they have like 5 new colors. I could be wrong. They have violet, which is like white with little purple and green flowers. They have sandpiper, which is like a brownish with gray and brown flowers. They have sea holly, which is white with blue and purple flowers. They have gerbera, which is the color I used for my crop top back there. This is gerbera, and it is a creamy color with like, I want to call that a teal and a peachy color. Absolutely, like you can see, it's beautiful right there. It works up beautiful. This color is iris. And it is purples and blues with pink and green flowers, which you can see right there. This yarn, I'm not going to work up in a swatch today because I have knit and crocheted with this, and I have shown that pretty much on this channel. And you can see that's what it looks like knit up. I'm going to tell you right now, I love Bloom. When this first came out, I became obsessed with it. And as a matter of fact, I believe I got some of their sample balls of this. Because I'm not positive this is how this works with Premier, but they had like boxes of one-ofs or like sample pieces of yarn, and they were small balls with no band on them, and I still have them in this bottom cabinet down here. And they had a bunch of the Bloom yarns in different fibers, so it was this type of texture, but it was a different yarn, and I think it was their samples for them to decide what they were going to use the Bloom, which one they were going to use for the Bloom. I snatched all those up at the Premier Warehouse sale. Yeah, so this yarn is so soft and beautiful to work up, but it is a lightweight number 3, so it does take a while to work up. But I'm so happy, and I'm probably going to also, in the future, probably after Christmas, I want to order the holly and the violet colorways. So that is on my wish list. But again, it's probably have to wait till after Christmas. Because right now, we are in full on Christmas mode in this house. We're trying to get everything we can taken care of. So, next, I got several of these. This is the new anti-pilling DK Colors Batik. I don't know what Batik means. I probably should have looked that up. Check the comments, because I guarantee one of you are going to go check what Batik means or already knows what Batik means, and you're going to put it in the comments. So check the comments. You guys always do that for me too. Make my job easier. Now, let me pull these out of the plastic, and then we will talk about them. Now, these are just the DK Colors in a different print. So if you've worked with DK Colors, or if you've worked with the Premier Everyday DK, it's the same yarn base. It is just different colors. So with that being said, these look very similar, but these are 2 different colorways. All right, let's talk about the yarn. It's actually softer than the Bloom. The Bloom has more of a, and I don't think this is anti-pilling. Is this anti-pilling? It's got the Okotex standard. So that's tested and approved against 350 plus harmful chemicals. Machine wash, warm, tumble dry, low heat. This does not say anti-pilling, so that's why. Anti-pilling acrylic. Let me double check. Anti-pilling acrylic, yeah, this is just 100% acrylic, is like the best yarn. The best yarn. And Premier in particular, I've told you this, if it has the anti-pilling logo or if it says everyday on it, it is the best of the Premier line, in my humble opinion. Other people are allowed to disagree with me, but it's an amazing yarn. It's soft, and it works up like a dream. And I'm going to take this to the table, and I'm going to show you guys, because I'm going to work up a little swatchy poo. And we're going to really dig into this yarn, because I was so excited to see this. The colors are just stunning. I mean, it looks like a watercolor. like a beautiful watercolor painting. So let's get back to it. 383, I didn't even tell you. I didn't tell you the price. I am all over the place. I apologize. The bloom is 656 yards. So 656 yards is a 200 gram ball, and this retails for $8.99, but it does go on sale frequently, and it is worth every penny of that $8.99. And I actually think I paid $7.99 for that because I think it was on 10% off, which I don't know if it still is because it's showing up $8.99. Okay, so back to this. This is a 5-ounce ball. It is 383 yards. Let me go back to this page on my website. 383 yards. It is super, super soft. It is anti-pilling acrylic. It is $6.99. It is currently 10% off, so you'll save 70 cents. But it is just, and actually I think I grabbed a different one than I just showed you. This is a different colorway. Yeah. I was holding Pool Party and I put it down and I picked up Bedtime Story. But are they not gorgeous? Look at that. There's subtle differences, but they're so pretty. All right, lightweight number 3, machine wash, warm, tumble dry. And that's because it is anti-pilling acrylic. It is not going to get messed up, jacked up in the washing machine or the dryer. Recommends 4mm hooks and needles. It's so soft. Like, I would make an entire bed out of this and just lay on top of it. Just put all the cakes together. if I were rich. Put all the cakes together in like a shell, like a border, like a, you know, a box, and just lay on it and sleep on it. It's that soft. It's so squishy. All right, enough being silly. This is the color Bedtime Story, which I just told you. We're gonna get the light to adjust down, down. There we go. Beautiful, soft. It has a nice sheen to it. It's just so soft. I wish you guys could feel through the camera. I really do. This is Pool Party. And if that doesn't scream Pool Party, I don't know what doesn't. Like, that is the pool every day. And you are probably hearing my kids in the background because it is fall break, because Thanksgiving is this Thursday. Just a couple days away. I have so much to do. I'm going to try to make sure that there is a video for you guys who may be home alone on Thanksgiving. It's just going to be, I don't know what it's going to be yet, but I am going to try to get a video up for you guys. They are home. They're playing video games in the living room, so you're going to be able to hear them, but I'm not going to apologize because, you know, that's life. This color is Sunny Day. Oh, look at that. I am not usually an orange and yellow kind of person. I usually steer away from these yarns, but this was just, I had to buy it. It is gorgeous. This is what it looks like knit up. It's so beautiful. I cannot wait to work with this. And I can guarantee, even though it looks like this knit up, it's going to look totally different and more watercolory when it is crocheted. And the reason I know that is because I have a huge stock of, what is the name of it? It is down there behind my family portrait. I don't know why Mr. Cinnamon put that in here. We take that down in the wintertime. It is displayed over our mantle, and we hang up a Christmas wreath. And so I guess he put it in here for safekeeping. There is another cake, and I cannot think of it. It is one of my favorite cakes. And it's got a beautiful watercolor like this, but it's got wool in it. Let me look it up real quick, because Spun Colors. Found it. It works up almost a stripy effect in knit, which shocked me because I'd only worked with it in crochet. In crochet, it looks like someone just watercolor painted whatever you made. Like, there's no rhyme or reason. The colors are just just all over the place. But it's so beautiful. I have made, if I can find the video for the Spun Colors, I will also link that. That yarn is so amazing to work with. But that's what this reminds me of, is when you knit it, you're going to get like this striping effect. But when you crochet it, it is going to be a whole different world. It's going to be very watercolor and just gorgeous. And I hope that we can really see that in a sample when I work it up in crochet. I don't think I'm going to knit up the samples today, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll play it by ear. This color is Unicorn. It's so pretty. I'm leaning towards the baby colors because, you know, I got a new baby coming into the family. I don't think this is going to be anything for the baby because I'm still working on her blanket. But is this not beautiful? Oh man, I wish you guys could feel it. I mean, you could see that it's so soft. You could see by looking at it. Look at those colors. So pretty. So that's what it looks like in knit. But like I said, crochet is going to be a whole different planet. And then this one is beautiful too. I love these colorways, are amazing. And let me see. There is more. Like I said, I did not order all of the colors of this. How many? 5. There are. How many colors are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 colors. And I only have 5 to show you. What did I say this color was? Lollipop. Lollipop, lollipop, oh, lolly, 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 lollipop. Do-do-do-do-do. Isn't that beautiful? It's so pretty. Oh, it's not often I get that. Well, I do get excited about Premier yarns like this quite often, but this one, oh, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. All right, guys, I'm going to tell you that I highly recommend either of these yarns. I do have a link below that it is an affiliate link, but honestly, there are a lot of yarns on Premier Yarns that I will not show you because I just don't like them. So this is not I'm trying to get you to buy these. I'm showing you these yarns because I wanted them. I needed them in my life. And I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I had such a hard time picking these colors out because there's so many beautiful colors. And honestly, if you don't use my link, that is okay too. Like that, no, there's no hard feelings. If you don't have money for this because Christmas, I get it. But how could I not show you these gorgeous beauties? How could I not? How could I not? Oh. Now, if I could just get my Christmas list things done so I can actually work with these yarns, that would be fantastic. But I'm going to take you guys down to the table and I'm going to show you what we're working on. Well, I'm going to show you little samples. I'm not going to knit up or sew or crochet up the bloom just because I have showed that in several videos previously. Put that over there. But I am going to show the batik because I have not worked with it and I'm super, super excited. All right, let's go down to the table, guys. All right, so we're at the table. Got my favorite set of hooks out. That's what we like to do. By the way, have you guys seen the new Furls hook? This is not it. This is the navy blue one. They have a new one that's lilac. It's on my Christmas list. It's so pretty. All right, so anyway, I'm not here to talk about Furls hooks, but I can't help it. I love them. All right, so I've told you everything you need to know. We got an easy start pull right here, but see, this one's in there too. I'll pull that one out. I'll tuck that in on the outside because we don't need that currently. I really like that it was right there and it was available and is ready to go. Let's get our camera situated. I don't know how big of a swatch I'm going to have to do to get the color on this. The reason I'm not doing a sample in the bloom, and this is a G plus hook, so I think it's like 4.25 in Furls World. The reason I'm not doing a sample in the bloom is because the stripes are big enough that it would take a huge sample for me to fully show you all of the beauty that comes from the design, the stripes, because the stripes are wider. But this looks more like it's watercolor, so it shouldn't give us, we shouldn't have to do too big of a sample to see what this gorgeousness looks like. Like I said, I was super excited to see this yarn come out because it's a DK weight, which I do like. And I know not a lot of you, I know there's not a lot of you that are like, oh yeah, DK weight. I love DK weight. But It has that same watercolor effect as the Spun Colors, which is one of my absolute favorite yarns. It works up so beautifully. This yarn is slightly splitty. I don't know if you guys are able to tell that. The first row is always the hardest to tell anyway if it's going to be splitty. But it has loosely spun threads that are not, they're not super tight. So they're depending on how you knit or crochet with this, it might cause you splitting issues depending on what type of hook you're using. And as always, if you find that it's splitting, try using a different hook size or a different hook, because sometimes that will make a huge difference. And I like to work up my swatches in different stitches. Just so, yeah, see, it's a little bit splitty. I actually probably could use a smaller hook than this, just because it's looking a little gappy to me. But, of course, this size hook is fine because it will also cause it to have some drape, some good drape. It feels really good going across my skin. Like there's no sticking, scratching, irritating. It just feels good. And I am freshly lotioned up because I tend to forget to do that. And I need to make it a point to stay moistened for these videos just because of my skin issues. Now see, here's a break in the color. We already got a break in the color. See how it kind of faded from the darker to the white? That's pretty. See how it's giving you like a watercolor? It's not going to have any rhyme or reason when you crochet it, but with knitting, it will look totally different. Let's do some singles. Just for the heck of it. We'll see how that works up. I'm probably going to work up a bigger swatch with this just because of the colors. I want to see what the color patterning does. I want to see how it affects the stitches, how it affects the overall project. As long as you guys don't mind sitting with me while I crochet. But yeah, I'm not going to knit up swatches this time. Just because little man is very excited. He must have done something right in his video game. See, and then it went back to the pink. See how it kind of like the pink surrounds the white right here? Very pretty. I think, and it was the same thing with the Spun Colors. When I worked up the Spun Colors in crochet as opposed to knit, it looked more like a hand-dyed yarn, which is just an amazing thing. I believe, and I could be wrong, that this is going to have a hand-dyed look to it when crocheted, and even kind of when knit, because the way that it is, the color patterning is, it's not a perfect stripe where it doesn't just stop, where it doesn't have a hard break in the color, which I love that. I think we all love that, because when there's like especially if you're doing like certain projects, you can have weird breaks, but other projects, like if you have a weird break in the color, it just makes the whole thing look kind of funky, and it drives a lot of us crazy. I don't think that's going to happen at all with this yarn. See, once I got past that first row, it's not splitting at all because I got my tension down. I'm on a rhythm. I got the right hook. It is not splitting at all. You gotta keep your tension. Little man was asking to learn how to crochet last night, and I was trying to teach him how to hold the yarn the way I do. The reason I hold the yarn the way that I do is I use this for tension. So the way I pinch here for tension, and I use this, I pull back for tension, almost like a tension rod. And that is what helps also with the splitting, is to make sure that the tension is even across the project. My mom taught me to hold my yarn this way, but I don't think she ever understood why she held her yarn this way. Or maybe she did and she just didn't talk to me about it because I had no idea about tension. See, now that I loosened up a little bit and my tension got off, it started to try to split. So tension and the right hook is going to be a big deal with this yarn. You're going to want to do the right thing. Get the right hook. Look at that. Oh, that's so pretty. See how it's watercolory? And you can see there is definitely a pattern of the white versus the light pink. Oh, it's so beautiful. But also this is going to change because I'm using different stitches and stuff. So that's going to change too. Let's try a star stitch. Because that is like my signature stitch here. 2, 3, 4, 5. Remove all of those. Oops, a little split there. Chain 1. And this will also help determine splittiness with different stitches too. 3, 4, 5. I was watching a video back the other day before I uploaded it. And now I realize that you guys can, in fact, hear my wrist popping. So if you hear a snap, 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 that is my wrist. Apparently my wrists need a little WD-42. 1, 2, 3. That's all of them. Chain 1. I was listening the other day. I was like, oh God, that sounds terrible, but there's nothing I can do about it. Start taking some glucosamine. We used to have to give that to our old dog. Our old dog. He is no longer with us. He was very much my best friend. He was such a good dog. He was 15, and for his breed, he was an American Staffordshire Terrier. He was very old for his age. He needed all kinds of stuff. And I remember at one point, I was giving him medicine. I was giving Oreo medicine because she came to us really sick. I was taking my own medicine. I felt like a dang pharmacy. Like, come on, everybody, let's take our pills. Whoop. See, a little bit splitty. That's the only thing I'm going to say about this. It's a little bit splitty. Not enough that I don't want to work with it, but the right hook and the right tension is going to be a big deal with this yarn. It's the bottom part of the star stitch. Now flip it. I'll put my thing down, flip it, and reverse it. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Snap, snap, snap. I am really sorry, guys, if that's bothering anybody. Try to not turn as much. All right. The star stitching completion. This is very pretty. The star stitch always tends to want to pull in a little bit. See if we can get to another color. Okay. Just going to keep on crocheting some. Try to get to another color besides the pink and the white so we can see. This yarn feels so nice. If you ever had like a box of Kleenex with like the lotion in it, you know how it feels extra smooth on your nose when you're blowing your nose? I know this is gross, but that's what this feels like on my skin. Like it feels it don't feel greasy or lotiony, but it feels like that extra softness that you weren't really expecting, the extra smoothness. Yeah, see, now I'm snagging again. Probably because I'm not turning my wrist as much, trying to stop it from popping. Yeah, it feels so good. Got a whole lot of white coming up. We're not going to be able to get to another color. We're not going to be able to, we're going to be here all day. But yeah, that's a nice little sample. It gives me a good idea of what it's like to work with the yarn and crochet. Yeah, because see, look, this is probably at the point where we're at, where it goes the really light pink to the white and the light pink and then white. I'm probably at this part here, and then we got to go all the way down here to get to the darker colors, and that was just going to take too long for this video. But it's very pretty. I even like the light pinks with the whites. I think that is beautiful. And I really wish this yarn had came out a couple months ago so I could make something for the baby out of this, but we're running out of time for baby stuff. It's so pretty though. It's very soft. So in a wrap up, do I recommend this yarn? I think the price point is decent. The yarn is so delightful and delicious to work with. It is, however, mildly splitty, but it might not be splitty with knit. We'll have to wait and see. We'll play that by ear. Definitely going to make some beautiful, beautiful baby objects. Or not even baby objects. Like, I would wear this. Look how pretty that is. I just got baby on the brain. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching this. And if you choose to buy this, and I say if, I'm not pressuring anybody, please use my link below. It really does help the channel. It helps me to continue to buy these yarns, to show them to you, to give reviews, because that is what that money goes back to. When you guys buy yarn from my links, when you purchase from my links, I use that little paycheck, and it's, trust me, it's a little paycheck, to buy more yarns to show you guys. So, all right. Do I recommend this one? Absolutely. Do I recommend the Bloom? Absolutely. The Bloom is one of my favorite yarns of all times. It is top 5 for sure. This one is definitely a very beautiful yarn as well. But I have lots of links below that I will link the other Bloom videos. And so you guys can get an idea of what the Bloom looks like worked up. And I will see you tomorrow with Mary Maxim yarn. All right. Bye, guys.